We are live. It is 3:03 Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:03 BST in the UK. It's the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live here on May 7th, 2023. How the hell are you, my friend?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just been to a street party today. What have you been up to?
What's a street party for those who are uninitiated to what a street party is in the UK? Is it like a block party? Is that what's what we would call it in the US?
Yes. That's exactly it, yeah.
Okay, it's a block party. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Food, drinks, music, people around the neighborhood just hanging out and stuff.
Yeah. It wasn't my street though. It was one around the corner.
So you poached somebody else's street? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you actually know people on that street?
I didn't, but Lauren did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's part of a group.
Scoop Barry is in the chat. So we got that didn't take long. We're even late, but we're never on time. So that's okay.
No. They know we're never on time.
And the funny thing is, Joe literally just came in to like the backstage. What was like a minute? Might have been a minute ago.
Yep.
And no prep. And he's just drinking straight vodka.
Straight vodka, yeah. As if. I'm Russian.
So, apparently, the match last night with St. Louis City FC got delayed. I think it was at the 50-minute mark, and I had weather. Probably lightning. It's probably because I think they play football in the rain, right? If it's raining, they just keep playing, right? Only time they would stop is if it's lightning on the near the area, right? Or do they just stop if it rains? If it starts to rain, do they just quit in the UK?
No, we carry on playing.
Okay.
Yeah,
then it must have been lightning because they right at the 50-minute mark. I think they suspended play, so the game's postponed, which is weird because I don't know how they do that. So what do they start at the 50-minute mark or do they just play the entire match over again?
I guess I'd pay from the 50-minute mark.
It's weird.
Okay. If it had been a certain time, like say just 20 minutes of played, maybe they would do the whole match. But with
I didn't know. It just kind of like they just said they postponed the game. So I was like, that must be the only reason why is they must have had lightning in the area. I didn't know it was really raining in St. Louis that day, not last night. I guess it was raining near downtown because that's what the pitch is.
How bad was it raining though?
I don't know. It wasn't raining out here at all. I mean, I was out. I'm about 45, 50 miles away, and it was sunny out here. So I don't know what happened. So Peter in chat, welcome, sir. If there's a single snowflake, then everything shuts down. Yes.
And when it comes to snow, this country just shuts down big time. We can't handle it.
If it's cold after 66 minutes, the result stands. I don't think they got that far, and this is MLS. This isn't Premier League or Champions League. So I think it's the same, but I think they got to the 50-minute mark, so they got right into the second half, I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The game was postponed, so I guess they'll have to make it up at some point.
What was the score?
I have no idea. I don't know what it was. I didn't watch the match. So I'm not sure what it was. It was probably 0-0. It was probably nobody scored anything. So we'll see. I don't know. And the Cardinals, again, they are the worst team in probably the National League. Oh, it's so terrible. I can't. And then I was watching the game before this started, and it was 3-2. They were doing okay, and then they brought in a relief pitcher, and I don't know what happened. I walked out there, and they hit a grand slam. So now the Tigers are winning 6-3. So it's just like I have no idea. The pitching is terrible. So Cardinals suck. We're not playing hockey. It's bad. So
these things happen, mate.
And sport.
These things happen.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, like I said, we messed the league up pretty much, but we're back to winning ways. We beat Chelsea last week.
Did you have a match this week?
Yeah, and today we beat Newcastle 2-0. So
they're not very good though, right?
No, Newcastle are good now. They're mega rich as well. So they've had lots of money ploughed into them. They're not bearing the fruits of it yet, but they are playing a lot better. So yeah, it was a tough match.
I don't know. They're a team I've heard of, but I don't know if I've heard of them.
Yeah, I mean,
if they're good or not.
They're a pretty big club, Newcastle, but they've got very rich owners now. So yeah, they'll be the new Man City if you like.
So Joe, why aren't you watching there's a coronation concert?
Oh no, am I missing it? Oh no.
Well, I will tell you, as a American who we beat the British and the monarchy 200 plus years ago, I don't really give a shit about the monarchy.
No.
I'm not, and here's the thing: I'm not an anti.
I'm not against them. No.
I don't care. I don't care. I guess
I'm indifferent.
I clearly am not going to watch the coronation. As an American, I don't understand why Americans really care that much, other than just the fact that it's a monarchy. But there are other monarchies, right? I would think. Did you want to watch other coronations of other nations? I don't understand the royal family. I don't get it.
I'm not really not bothered. I mean, I'm grateful for the bank holiday tomorrow. It means I've got a shorter day at work. That's nice.
That's cool. That's okay. So yeah, and you're gonna apparently, if you're not a royalist, you're gonna get your passport revoked, and you're gonna get no fish and chips. Well, that's okay.
Oh man, I'll be like Jermaine.
Right. So so apparently there's a new king. Well, not new. He's been the king since September technically, but I mean,
yeah.
So that's cool. Charles III. So God save the king and all that stuff. And I don't know. It's just I can't imagine any scenario where I was
after singing "God Save the Queen" for so long. It feels weird saying the king. It's hard to.
I know, which is funny because it's pretty much "God Save the King" forever. Right. That's it's also mostly in history been God Save the King. It's very rarely.
But all through my life, it's been God Save the Queen.
Well, mine too. I mean, I was born in '75, and she was clearly the queen then, so I'm used to Queen Elizabeth. But I guess I'm not that interested. Not in a bad way. Like I said, I have nothing against the people. I just don't really care that much.
No.
Okay.
I've never cared too much about.
That's right.
I mean,
there's other people.
Do you know what they're good for? They're really good for tourism in the UK.
Sure. Well, unless you live in the UK and you have friend of the show Roger who didn't know he was at Buckingham Palace, which I still to this day cannot figure out. I know what Buckingham Palace looks like, and I'm not British, and I know what the building looks like.
You are British now. We've adopted you.
I was going to say I might as well be. I'm kind of like pseudo British. I use it off the term. And I'm going to ask you about this. So apparently there's this big thing on, I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's TikTok or whatever, having a Chinese, right? You're having a Chinese.
Oh, so
now everybody's all pissed off because now it's
not racist having a Chinese. That's a takeaway.
Do you have an Indian? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
If you have
can have an Indian. Yeah. Can have an Indian tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't understand it. Maybe it's just a thing. I don't know. It's just because in the United States, like I don't get where I live. We don't have like ethnic takeaways. I don't live in St. Louis. I don't live in St. Louis. There are Indian places. There are Chinese food places, but they don't deliver. I don't get Grubhub or takeaway, right? So the only thing I really carry out is pizza, right? Because that's really it. But I guess, is that always been a thing? Do they always call it that?
Yeah,
so
it's always been.
Why now is it such a? I don't understand it.
I guess because of TikTok. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. But I'm like, I understand that when you hear it, like if you don't know as an American, you're kind of like, oh, it doesn't sound great.
To be honest, like,
but you're just cutting off the word takeaway. That's all you're doing. It's like we're getting a Chinese takeaway. We're getting Indian takeaway, right? That's
to be fair. Every American that's heard it in the last 15, 20 years hasn't gave a shit. But all of a sudden, someone's took an offense to it.
I never heard it at all. Like I understand when I've just been familiar with the concept of a takeaway, right? And actually, if you think about it, I think that's a better phrase. I think Americans don't they add extra words to stuff that doesn't really matter. It's like tuna fish. In the UK, they just call it tuna. Like it's like it's clearly a fish, right? Americans do that extra word that qualifies what the thing is. British people don't do that. So I don't understand. I guess I didn't know. I heard this. I'm like, I don't know what the big deal is. I understand that if you're of that ethnic group, right? If you said, hey, we're going to get an Italian, I wouldn't be upset about it. But again,
that's the thing. None of the people that are upset are actually Indian or Chinese. It's some Americans are.
British white people. And Sam Town from Marcel, hello, governor. Right. I've been adopted by the UK. Let's see what
British Sam.
If it's more than one dish and you have English people use the descriptor. Okay, but like I don't know. I just didn't know it was a thing. Like I had never heard of it before until like the last couple of days. And it's just like this big old thing about people are pissed off because it's like it's. But I don't see British people using it in a racial slur type of way. I just like they literally cut off the word takeaway. It's just an easier way to say, "What are you doing tonight, mate?" Oh, we're having a British, right? We're having an Italian, right? We're having a Chinese.
That's not used so much. We'll have. Well,
Italian
another thing you'll say, "Oh, I love a good Indian,"
right?
And you're referring to takeaway,
I don't mean an actual human being. Right? I don't know. It's just funny. So
unless you're Hannibal Lecter.
Well, I mean, or Jeffrey Dahmer, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't understand that was a. First of all, I didn't understand that was the way it was referred to. And I didn't understand. I guess I can understand why the hubbub is about it. I can understand that. It makes sense as an American, but as a British person, I don't. It sounds like that's how you guys have always referred to it. And my question is, I'm surprised that there isn't like different ways to refer to that across the UK, because apparently, like the barn, right?
Oh,
what do you call a barn where you live?
A bread roll, I think.
Right, but that's not what Matt calls it. He calls it a barm or a barn pie or a barn, something like that.
Barn pie, bloody hell, it's weird.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just, but apparently, if I went to if I lived in, Liverpool and I drove to London and I used the same phrase, it may not resonate to people in another region where it's a food item, right? They refer to it as different stuff. I just didn't know there was such variation. I will tell you, and we're not talking about tech at all, by the way. We're just whatever.
We'll get to tech. There's a lot of tech.
11 minutes in, and we're already talking. I guess my question is, and not a question, it's more of an observation. I really didn't realize how much regional variation there is in the UK. I think it's worse than the United States, because if you get a corn dog, that's a corn dog anywhere. Like if I call it a corn dog, if you're in Massachusetts or you're in St. Louis or you're in Albuquerque or if you're in Washington State, everybody knows what a corn dog is, right? We don't have different names for that. It's just a corn dog. It's basically a corn dog, a hot dog on a stick dipped in breading, and you eat it with right? I just find it a bit interesting. Okay, that's true. Hoagie grinder sub. Right, but if I said a hoagie, you would know what that is. Even though you wouldn't use the term hoagie, you would know that meant like a Subway sandwich or like a sandwich at a deli.
Yeah, I think I've heard of a barm though.
But with Matt, friend of the show, Matt Tyler, by the way, Purposely Gaming, you should check out the Twitch stream. He plays Call of Duty. I think he plays other. Does he play other games? I don't think he does.
I don't watch gaming. I've popped in there a few times.
Right, and so but he's friend of the show. He talked about if you went to another place and called it a barm, whatever, and people would not know what the food item you're talking about is. And I agree with Scoop. We all call it I don't call it. I call it a sub. That's what I call it. So it's like an Italian bread sandwich, like a Subway, or a sub sandwich you get at a deli. I would call that a sub. A lot of people in the East would call it a hoagie or a grinder or whatever. But if I said to you, hey, I'm going to go pick up a grinder from the store, I would know what you're talking about. You're talking about a sandwich, like a deli sandwich. I know what that is.
Slang does this, doesn't it? Because you got Cockney slang, so you go for a Ruby.
Oh.
You heard that one before?
Ruby?
Go for a Ruby Murray, which is a curry.
Oh, really? No, I never heard of that. But but Cockney doesn't even, that's not even English. I don't understand that.
It's not.
I've listened. The funny thing is I was watching, I was on TikTok, and I saw a video. It was about a lady that said they were going to get a nanny, but she was from the north. But I don't think she meant Northern Ireland. I think she just meant the north of England. And so they were talking about hey, we're going to do this. And she started using these terms like, Mommy, what's she saying? I don't know what she's saying, right? And they don't even understand what. To me, Cockney sounds like the kind of language where people would say words and you're like, I know that sounded like English, but I don't know what that term refers to.
People don't use Cockney slang much now. Whistle and flute is suit. Dog and bone is phone.
A dog and bone. I've heard it as a blower.
Blower. Yeah, blower.
That's what I heard. It's a blower, which I don't understand the blower, but okay. So, all right. Since we're talking about blowers, somebody mentioned Google I/O. I think it's coming up soon.
Yep. This week, isn't it? 10th.
Yeah, and then here's the thing. I mean, clearly we've already got basically a release of the video of the Google Pixel.
Yep. In Google style.
First clamshell. So are we talking more like a flip, like a Google flippable? Is that what we're talking about? Because I will tell you, if it's a flippable, I don't think Google's going to do a flip.
No, I don't think they are. No.
Well,
no rumors of it, is there?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I have the flippy dippy still.
Yeah.
Now, of course, since it's on AT&T, I haven't used it in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, or actually more like a month and a half or so, because I have a Mint and a T-Mobile SIM. Yeah, whatever, man. He's always got to go there. God love you, DTO. The friend of the show, DTO. Always going down to the RV.
Good old Ruby.
I love it. That's north of London. Okay, so anything north of London is considered the north. Is that what we're talking about?
They say Watford Gap. Anything above Watford Gap.
I don't even know where that is. Or how far of north of London? Is that in London or is that north of London, the gap?
Watford Gap's outside of London. So anything above that is the north. So okay. I technically live in the north now.
Well, the funny thing is, the joke was apparently that this nanny was using all sorts of slang that people in the north use that they didn't even know what she was talking about, and then they all ran out of the house because they were scared of her because they thought she was going to kill them or something. I don't know. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Are we talking about the Pixel Fold? Yes, we are.
So now you've seen the Google videos. What's your thoughts now? Probably no different from the renders, really.
No, I mean, it's pretty close. I'm still not buying one because at $1,800, I just don't. I'd have to buy that phone outright, and I don't want to get into a contract with AT&T or T-Mobile or Mint. I don't want to do that. So
I'm going to want one, but I'm not going to get one.
It's too much money. I don't think it is. I mean, especially if you're talking about the Fold. I mean, that kind of thing. It's first gen hardware. I'm just saying I'm not wanting to get into a contract with a carrier, and I don't have enough money to pay $1,800 outright, even with some trade-ins or whatever, right? So,
that is my concern. See what Simon says about battery life. With that would be a concern for me as well.
Okay, and I get that, but when it comes to battery, I would just say that you don't really know until you get the device in hand.
Yeah, it's true. You don't.
But I can tell you, if you look at Tensor G2, right, and you look at two screens trying to power that, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that battery performs. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as good as a Pixel 7 Pro, clearly.
No.
But, and yeah, Google Fi. Yeah, and they may have a Google Fi good deal. I'm not switching to Google Fi. I don't know. Well, is
Google Fi good?
I don't have a clue. I mean, I don't have it. I don't know. If anybody in the chat has had Google Fi and uses it, and I would like to know, if you're using Google Fi, are you in a suburban area, like an urban area, like a major city? Or are you kind of out, kind of in the suburbs, or even out more of a rural setting? Does Google Fi work as well? I don't know. I mean, I've never used it. I'd like to try it, but we'll have to wait and see. The battery life could suck. I think it's going to be a challenge.
It'll be interesting to see how that does, because that's going to upset people if battery life's poor.
And Aditya, I think that, and here's the thing, hot take, I think the Duo 3 is canceled. I don't think they're going to come out with it.
Yeah, I can't see it happening. Talking of Duo, though, I've got one coming Tuesday, haven't I?
Yeah, I know. That's what I heard. I was so excited. I actually heard about that. You're getting the Duo 2. I mean, and the funny thing is,
that's the one. I'm getting the first one.
I would just send you this one, but it would have cost me $900 to send it to the UK.
Yeah, so, I'm getting the OG one.
Right, so that's what I have. So
it's called this is not a sponsor at all, guys, but Techno World, they're called.
Okay.
It's 300 quid they're doing them for. Brand new. That's the 256 variant as well.
Okay, so Google Fi is T-Mobile. Okay, well then I should be okay. I'm just curious. Maybe I should try them out. I don't know. So I guess my question is, what caused you to get the Duo? I didn't know. I know you wanted to try it, but I mean, why?
I've always wanted it. And when someone told me it was going for that price, I thought, you know what, that's got to be done. And I think I'm probably keep it as well as a side thing.
Yeah.
My sim probably will never go in it.
Right. Well, then also you have the project that Gustav Mons is working, and that where they're putting Windows 10 and Windows 11 on the OG Duo.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So even if you don't, and want to just basically do that, you can. And it should have a larger battery. We'll hope 4,500 milliamps. So we'll see. Peter, Pixel Fold's position. Google's the same server too. Yeah, I will say though that I think that the Google Fold, when I know it's first gen, but can't we all agree, or at least can we all at least assume that Google's first foldable is, and since it's not a dual screen and 12L already exists, that code base exists, that their launch of the Fold is going to be a better software implementation on a single screen than anything that Microsoft would have come up with.
Yeah, I assume so. Yeah,
I would say so.
Even the Duo though, the Duo now from when it launched is a big difference, isn't there? Which is another reason why I was happy to sort of go for it now.
But I will tell you though, it's like, but remember, the Duo and the Neo were going to be Windows 10X devices. They were not supposed to be Android. And then at the last minute, they couldn't get 10X to work, so they flipped to Android. Basically took an AOSP build and basically ran some custom code on it to make it work. And then people are wondering why, well, this build of Android sucks. I'm like, yeah, they're people building the Android off AOSP builds and trying to throw a custom bunch of code in there that at the time that they launched it with Android 11 did not have any dual screen tablet support. It didn't know what the hell it was. The fact that code even came out and they didn't just completely shit can the whole project. Now they did with the Neo, right? But Duo, they kind of went with it, and it's been rough. I'm not giving Microsoft a pass here. I'm saying, though, is that most manufacturers don't have to change operating systems totally on the fly.
No.
They just don't.
That's not normal, especially the price it was.
and it's a shame. I think that if they were going to make the Duo 3, they should just go ahead and go with the dual screen. I don't like the whole folding screen because I think you're just kind of getting in all that group. Now you got Pixel Fold, Fold 5, Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo's got one, the Find N, right? You got all these foldables. Now, granted, they're not all available.
Yeah, they should stick with their form factor, definitely. I think.
Well, it doesn't matter because they've moved all the Android Surface Duo team onto the Android Teams project, right? They've reallocated that effort. They've also gotten, basically, they've laid off a bunch of people at Microsoft and Google and those kind of things. So you got that. Then you got this. I've heard the rumor is that Google and Microsoft are kind of having an issue, which why wouldn't they? Because they're basically rivals. So why would they? And also, why would you want to support Google? Why would Google want to keep putting energy into Android for other platforms when they now have a foldable, knowing that Microsoft is moving to a foldable? Why would you want to? Why would you want to throw them a little bit of a throw them a little kicks, a little thing on the railroad track and help the rail.
Help with competition in the US. Sam, have you got the Microsoft Slim Pen?
No, I've never bought the pen. I thought about it, but it was.
I'm thinking of getting one.
I'm thinking to get one. If it would have came with the device, I probably would have. Or if I could have got it for like $30-$40, sure. But I had to buy it full retail. I'm like, I don't use the pen that much.
So I think that will enhance my usage of the Duo.
Yeah, and I will tell you, if you have a Surface Duo and you have Kindle, I'm telling you, there is no better implementation of an ebook reader than a Duo. Okay. I would argue that if you're going to if you're a big ebook reader, buy a Duo for $250 and just use it for that. It's amazing for that. There's no other phone that's just as good.
So Sam, one thing I was thinking, right? Do you think Google will release a stylus for the Pixel Fold? I don't think they will, but
no.
That would be a nice surprise, though, right?
Well, I would think that they would leverage either existing stylus, right?
It has to be specific for that material, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the Fold 4, the S Pen's a Fold edition, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise,
it's a different version.
Yeah. Softer tip.
And should they release an L version of Android for now? Yes, I think they should. Especially if foldables become a thing, they should always have an L version for foldable.
Yeah.
right? At least have that code base and develop that existing code base for tablet style, foldable style devices. Absolutely. I think Google's going to have to be there as long as the foldable market on Android is existing and they're developing a foldable. Absolutely, there should be no version. Just some code. And they already have a 12L code base, right? So you just got to basically rewrite some code.
Yeah. They need to support these things, definitely.
Have Google swap the OS of Pixelbook? I don't know. Are they still using Chrome OS on Pixelbook? I haven't had a Pixelbook. I haven't had a Chromebook in forever. I don't know.
Do you know what the premium one out now is the HP Dragonfly Chromebook.
I have no idea. I mean, that's one thing I would talk out of total ignorance because I don't know.
As far as Chromebooks go, that one looks tasty. It really does. Really smart looking. It's basically the reincarnation of the Pixelbook. It's got.
I like this comment. I agree, Barry. The Duo hardware by far is the best implementation of hardware, and I still to this day like two screens. I do not for what you're trying to do. I think the two screen is a better option. Not the only option. For me, for my workflow, it was the better option than having a single foldable screen.
Sam, have you ever tried to do this podcast on a Duo?
No.
Should I try it?
Sure.
Let's do it. When I get it,
what the hell? Why not? Right? We'll both do them on a Duo and see how much of a train wreck.
Yeah.
But I like Sam. Let me see. Google make the Pixel fold out titanium and sell for $800 in reviews. We complain about them. Oh yeah. Or they could make it out of ceramic, like have a ceramic Pixel fold, and people would piss off. Of course they are, because again, people who are complaining
people like to moan.
People who are complaining about the bezels don't understand when you have a device like this, where you're actually having to open it up and you're having to touch the screen and do stuff. Having the bezels helps. I don't know how many times it was nice to be able to have some real estate to actually put your finger when you're holding the device, because you still have to hold it as an open book style, right? On a slab phone, maybe bezels make no sense. All right, I get it. On a foldable, it's nice having that place where, like, when you're holding it as an ebook reader, if you got your thumb, like a lot of times I will hold it, like I said, I don't have it on right now, but I would hold it like this, right? I would hold it like this, and I would be reading stuff. It's nice because if you've got your thumb here, you're not going to do anything.
Do you know what else I noticed, Sam?
So, I don't know.
Do you know what else I just noticed? You've skinned your shit.
I've skinned my shit. Extremeskins.co.uk. I don't know what color this is. I think it's plum.
Is that the burgundy?
I don't know.
Is that the plum? Okay.
I don't know.
That must help the grip as well.
Oh yeah.
A bit. Yeah.
It's perfect. I mean, it's so.
Is that the matte color ones?
Yes, the matte color.
Yeah,
I don't like the glossy, and I don't like.
No.
I like the matte. So matte orange, matte yellow. You should check.
I might go Yakuza though. Yakuza.
The new Yakuza, the black Yakuza, the dark one.
So that's not on the site yet. I'll keep looking.
Yeah, I think they need to do that. But yeah, just a regular white Yakuza, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I just want a different color, and so yeah, check them out. Extremeskims.co.uk. Check, go to their website. Tell them we sent you. They are a sponsor of the show, but I don't really think they are really a. I don't really think we don't get free shit from them. I buy my stuff from them.
No, we don't. We got. Okay. I think I got some skins at the very beginning.
They have sent skins before they're free, and they are awesome about it. But I mean, I have no problem paying for it. But I genuinely like their product. I think when it comes to skins, I think that they produce, as far as quality,
they're top notch. Really are top notch.
Top notch people, and you should check them out. And anybody that I've talked to that has used my Delvon Digital, friend of the show, has used his Extreme Skins and loves it. And they're fantastic, right? Great shipping. You're in the US, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it, right? So go check them out. Extremeskins.co.uk. They got the peaches and cream still. They got the black Yakuza that's coming out soon. We'll check it out.
Yep.
It'll be good.
Looks beautiful.
Got Pixel skins. Yeah, man. It's looking good.
Yeah.
Originally, let's see. Pixelbook was testing Android and then shipped with Chrome OS. Yeah. Like I said, I had a Pixelbook. It doesn't work for me. I just use a laptop. I don't even need a laptop anymore, honestly.
No.
Aditya, how do you compare a Gen 1 product from company A to a Gen 5 product from company B?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you have to compare it because you now have a Google Fold in that market segment. right? So you have to have.
Yeah. I mean, you've got nothing else to compare to. So
now, is the comparison fair? I think that's the better question, and the answer would be, well, maybe. I don't think so.
But it's like saying, it's like on the flip side saying, let's compare the Pixel Fold to the original Fold. That would be unfair as well.
Right. Well, and then comparing even comparing Duo 2 to a 5th generation, right?
Yeah.
Samsung Fold, right? I don't think you can, because again, to me, they're not the same device. The Duo and Duo 2 are two independent screens that fold in the middle. They don't fold. The screens are independent of each other. That's not comparable. Duo lives in a space all by itself.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
And I think in that regard, I think Microsoft should have really pushed it. But Microsoft's going to do what they do, right? Windows Phone, Microsoft Band, Zune. I mean, how many times do we have to be down this path? I mean, I knew buying the Duo and Duo 2 and then rebuying the OG Duo for like $320, right? I knew I was on borrowed time at Microsoft. I knew what Microsoft was going to probably do. I'm telling you. And then when there was an article by Zach Bowden from Windows Central talking about, he had reached out and talked about, hey, where are we with Duo 3? No comment. Hey, where are we with Android 13? No comment. Okay, they're not even coming up with the standard shtick where, hey, we're looking into it. We're committed to devices. We're committed to form factors. We're committed to that. Like they said, we don't have a comment. So when you hear that,
do you want to talk about something else? We do laptops,
right? Surface laptop, right? It's just dead, and that's okay. It's it's.
Thing is, Google's quite similar, really, aren't they? Like, they like dropping things.
Yeah, but it's never really hardware based, really.
No, although there's rumors. The new 7A that's coming out. There's rumors that might be the last A range. Have you heard that?
And I guess my question is, but right now you could get a Pixel 6 used.
Yeah.
Well, less than you could probably pick up a 6A new or even used.
Well, maybe that's what they're thinking about. Maybe that's what they're thinking about. I don't know, because the 7A, the specs look pretty good for this price point. For its rumored price point. Sorry, we don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but.
And I will tell you that I've never had a good case for my Duo. Now I won it from Scary If Literal. I got that
No Rev.
Oh
yeah.
Beautiful. And it sucks because I can't use it because I don't want to get a Duo 2. But it's a beautiful case. But
yeah, they're expensive, very expenve.
Yeah,
No Rev.
What I had was $190, and I got it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. But no, I mean honestly, I never used the bumper because especially an OG Duo, the bumper was a pain in the ass. And I think it did interfere with when you folded it over. It would it'd freak out. It wouldn't know if your screen would switch or whatever.
Okay.
I would say just throw a skin
bother.
on it and just don't even bother with it. If you drop it and crack it, fuck it. I mean, on the back of this Duo, I've already broke. I think it's on this back panel. There's a crack from here to kind of here. So I just threw a skin on it, and if the screen cracks, and that's the reason why I had my OG Duo. On my OG Duo, I had a crack right at the top of the bezel. And the funny thing was, it was only in the bezel. It didn't actually occlude the screen. And I put a screen. It was kind of like.
I mean, it's kind of handy having that bezel there, right?
Right here, right. And I just threw a screen protector on it, and it was fine. But I thought I better go ahead and replace it while I had the chance. When I went to Best Buy, they were like, "We don't have any. Like, there are none in any inventory." And then I was on the stream with and I don't know if it was Gigi's stream. I believe it was Sean's stream. They were talking about fire selling the Duo 2. There are no Duo 2s to fire sell. They're gone. They're not available. They're out.
That says a lot as well, right?
Microsoft hasn't had any in stock for months. Best Buy 3 months ago had none. Zero in their system. They had to give me $1,700 in store credit, like because of Geek Squad, because they didn't even have a device to give to me. Like they had none. They had it in Canada.
Not even a demo one.
But apparently they had some in Canada, and apparently when it came to warranty replacements, they couldn't use a Canadian device.
Okay.
So because it's technically two different countries, so I guess they figured they couldn't replace it. So basically, this gave me $1,700 in store credit. I bought the computer and I bought a couple other things with So I don't think there's any Duo 2s in any storage facility. Like Microsoft's not holding on to them, so there is no fire sale. They had all the Duos they had, they're gone. Either they've replaced them with warranties, they've sold them outright, or they just got rid of them. So I think Microsoft doesn't have to write down a whole bunch of hardware because they don't have any hardware to write down. There's no Duo 3s in development, and the Duo 2s, the Duo 1s are gone. So if they were going to pull the plug, this would be the time to do it, and I think they are. I would say probably in the next 3 to 6 months, Microsoft will make an announcement that Duo 3 is canceled. They will continue to support OG. I think OG Duo is almost out of life cycle anyway. I think it's got another maybe 3 or 4 months of security patches and it's done. Android 13 will not come. Android 13 will not come to Duo. Or Duo.
Definitely won't put my SIM in it then.
Here's the thing. I've used phones for a year and a half after and as long as you're not downloading a bunch of funky ass bullshit, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
Should be all right.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, let's go. Comments. OLED display. We'll see. I don't think they'll stop the A range. They might flounder. I don't know. I think that's just a rumor, and maybe they do stop the A range. Maybe that the 7A becomes the last one, and that's it. But honestly, I would probably, instead of getting a 6A, if I could get a 6 for the same price, I'd probably just get a 6.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, not when you first launch it, the 7A. Now, the 7A looks really good. But my question is, if you make
7's being reduced everywhere, though.
Right.
Everyone's
if you make it so good, get a 7A, but do you really want to get an 8? I don't know, maybe. And I think that's what they're looking at. It's like, okay, we make the 7A so good that we sell it, right? But now it actually takes sales away from the 8 and 8 Pro.
Yeah.
Because when's the 7A coming out? Probably what?
Well, and the 7 now, even. Right.
Probably we're going to know it at Google I/O. And then when's the 8 come out? Probably 3 to 5 months.
October, isn't it, normally?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally October.
And it's easier if you have a chance and you can find one on like a swap or a resale site and you can get it for less than 300 or right at 300, I would say absolutely check it out. That's the time to do it, right? And I can tell you, I really like the device. Now, you may not like that form factor. It may be weird. It's going to take, I will tell you, anybody buying a Duo who's never used a foldable or anything, it does take some getting used to. You're used to a slab device. Yeah. It's going to be a different workflow.
That's why I've got it as my second device.
Yeah, as secondary, right? Oh,
yeah, secondary.
Of the device, I didn't have a chance to. This, I told you, but I didn't tell anybody else. Man, I'll tell you one thing, man. Getting this case,
drum roll.
Fucking pain in the ass. Woo.
It's coming, guys. It's coming.
No,
what is he doing?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, especially when, oh god.
Especially when I'm looking down and like grunt.
Yeah, it's coming.
Jesus Christ! I tell you, man, this case, this Aramid fiber case that sent with this, it is a fucking hassle to get. Okay.
Everyone's on edge now. What has he got in his hand? It is an Xperia 5 Mark IV.
Yeah. Yeah, picked it up, got it for a little bit of money. Not too bad. And
a little bit of money.
Though, it's awesome.
Do you like the size?
Oh, dude, I used the 21:9 phone with the fold, and you don't really pay attention to it. When I took this out of the box, I kind of was like, huh. It's a little different, right? It's real tall.
Yeah, I love it though. I actually love it.
And I will tell you, it's fantastic. And also, I like the fact that it's a lot smaller. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling. I love.
So I've not had the 5 range. I've only had the 1 range.
It's so nice. I mean, I got the little, I got the dedicated camera button. I will tell you, man.
That's something I want to talk about, Sam. There's going to be something very exciting in the next 1 Mark V. There's going to be a dual layer sensor. Okay,
so explain that.
So I don't know the ins and outs that well, but kind of. So on a sensor, I think the diodes, that's what they call them. Only 50% of them allow lighting, for example. I think that's part of it. With a dual layer, you'll have the front layer, for example, will be all of them will allow lighting, and the other one will deal with the computing, for example. I don't know the ins and outs of the scientific bit, but basically it's very exciting, it being a dual layer. And the reason they haven't done it already, because the engineering behind it, the heat that you have to bind the two layers together is so high. It's really is a feat. It's going to be crazy how they've done it. But this
thanks for coming in the show, Brake. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, Simon.
Make sure you download it and listen later so you don't miss it.
Up the Gunners. Yeah, this is really massive for photography though, not just phones. Like if this is as good as what it sounds like it's going to be, the potential for a full frame camera with a dual layer sensor, a $5,000 camera could bear results from like what a $30,000 camera would do. Right. It's like really exciting, very exciting. I'll send you a video about it.
Yeah, please. DT is super excited that I got a Sony, and like I said, to be fair, this isn't my first Sony. I had an XZ1 back in the day. And I really liked the phone, but this is my first Xperia Mark series phone. So far, I will tell you that I've already noticed a little heat issue. It didn't lock me out or anything, and I don't record a lot of 4K 120, so it's cool. But yeah, it's I like it. So I definitely like the way you hold it. I mean, I could get my thumb all the way across to the other side. So I can get there with one hand. Yeah,
that's so good.
Right, but it's fantastic. I love the build quality. It's slick. I really like it. I'm excited. Right, I'm
very basic Android, so that's nice.
I'm wondering if I run into the same problems that Dan. The funny thing is, I bought the phone. I had looked at it before, and then I start reading these reviews. I'm like, thermal management. Okay, that's a problem. And Dan didn't have a great experience with it, and he even said that he wouldn't even recommend it to somebody. I'm like, oh, that's not
good.
Really? Right. And I was like, oh, great. That's fucking awesome, right? So I'm like, oh, wait.
Well, that's why he got rid of it.
Right. Maybe the guy sold it. Maybe I should ask him why he sold it, because he's like, maybe because the thing is cooking. Right. And
he liked the one Mark IV, though.
Yeah. Really wants someone to come to their senses and add big chunky buttons to the side of that phone. Yeah, that would be cool. Chunky buttons. Yeah, that would be cool. I agree with you, Pierre. I would like the chunky buttons too.
I like a chunky tactile button. Yeah.
What's a gooner?
It's oo to be a gooner.
Oo to
be gooner.
Okay, so you sing it.
A gooner is an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Yeah. Up the Gunners. Gooners.
Okay. Thank you and you're like out of focus. I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's okay.
Hello, Pixel.
Okay. Would it be a
I think
gooner?
The battery's going.
so there you are a gooner. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think because the battery's going, I've gone to like 720p probably.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah. Sony is a textbook of a bog standard, except for their camera. Yeah, and even he's asking what a gooner is. I asked for you, a detail. I asked. It's an Arsenal fan, so we know. I don't know what a gooner is either. Good luck, right? I'm not British. So anyway, so far I like it. We'll see, but I'm excited about what you like. I'm really midweek. I'm going to talk to you about like what your thoughts of the Duo are, and you need to throw your SIM in there and try to use it for a couple of days.
I wasn't planning to, but
just try and see about like when you start using it when you didn't get a phone call and you got to like do one of these jobs where the thing
maybe
you're like and you're like you're like it's
maybe just for like
along with using like the folding and opening it up every time you use it. I'm curious to see how your workflow is.
Maybe just for the reason like you say, people being like, what the hell is he doing?
I will tell you, if you have that device and you start taking it to work, or you're in public or at the fish and chip shop or at a pub, I'm telling you, when you start to use it, people are going to stop you and go, what is that? Like, what is that? Is that a phone? Right. You're going to be bothered. And if Lauren's with you and she doesn't like that, she's going to be massively irritated, because I know Becky is irritated every time
I won't mind.
She hates when I have the Duo in public. She can't stand it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because it's like everybody starts asking me questions and I start talking about it.
And you wonder how that crack got there. It was Becky all along. She threw it one time.
Yeah, she's just – the funny thing is when I'll be out using it and somebody will ask about it and I look over at her and this is what I get. Every time. It's hilarious, right? It just cracks me up. Yeah, it's just funny. God love her. She has the patience of a saint. And here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I'm thinking about I'm going to try to see if I can get my daughter on one of these shows.
Yeah.
And actually have her on. Because Becky won't do it. Anna will do it. And
Will she do it? Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Anna. And the funny thing is, when you have my daughter on, you better get ready because everybody in the chat's going to go, oh, fuck. It's another Sam. It's just a girl version of Sam. She is definitely her father's
I'll be on
daughter.
my best behavior, though. I won't swear or anything.
Oh, don't worry. She will. She grew up with an Italian. She's no problem with it. She was, Sam, just call it Chippy.
Chippy.
I don't know what that means. Oh, chips, fish, maybe. I don't know.
Chippy. Yeah, go to the Chippy.
Oh, is that what you call it? Go to the Chippy?
Yeah, I was going to go to the Chippy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's what. So if I
easy,
come over, is that a chip shop? So I should just call it the Chippy.
Yeah, let's go over to Chippy. Yeah.
Right. You know what's funny is when I get to the UK, I think I'm going to fuck up a lot of British people because I'm going to be using a lot of the slang and they'll be like, how the fuck does he know that? Like,
yeah.
I'm going to walk in and be like, hey, mate, I'm going to go, hey, man, I'm going to go to the Chippy. And they're like, how does he know how to say that?
Oh, like, what? You don't fancy Chippy? Should we have an Indian?
Right. Or Chinese. Right.
Yeah.
I just, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm going for a British. Oh, I know what that is. That's the breakfast, right? That's the breakfast, the British?
No, that's not a thing. A full English, you say.
Oh, so what's going for a British? So when I say go for a British, what am I talking about? And
that's not a thing. That's not a thing. No.
Okay, well then Peter's going to have to explain that because apparently that's not a thing. Oh, bro, are you taking a piss? Did you like that video I sent to you? That I assume he's an American guy who visited the UK, and he comes back and goes, "Oi, oi!" He's like talking to his wife. She's like,
his missus was not liking that.
It's like, I'm from the UK now. See, dude. And then they had
he was pissing her off big time.
Then they had the football chants. They were talking about some pedophile. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, they can get brutal. They can get brutal.
And that was like the whole stadium chanting. And I was like, damn, holy cow. I guess it was a player that they were giving shit to.
Yeah.
Pedophile. And first of all, just to be honest, I love how they call it pedo. That's not how they said in the United States.
I know, it's a pedophile, don't you?
But the chants are awesome. They just start singing a bunch of shit. I'm like, this is great. I tell you, I can't wait to go to a football match in the UK just to listen to the chants.
Yeah, we probably get tickets for Luton.
Okay, yeah.
Go to Luton. That's like my local team.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
they're good though.
But here's the thing: I would go to I would go to an Arsenal match if I can get tickets to it.
It's hard. It's very hard to get tickets for Arsenal, but yeah, it would be good to go.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but it's just like the chants are nuts. I'm like, damn, man, they're so just British food. Okay, you should start my British food in general. Is British really cuisine? I don't think it is. Yeah. Bangers and mash. I get it. Okay, I can understand.
Go to a carvery.
Carvery, is that like a place where you get like meat? Yeah.
So it'd be a roast dinner, but you'll have like 3 or 4 different meats on option.
Yeah, Roy Kent, he's there, he's every fucking way. Yeah, Roy Kent. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Who's Roy Kent?
It's from the Ted Lasso.
Oh, Ted Lasso. Yeah, I need to watch that. Do you know what? When my mum visited not long ago, last week, she talked about Ted Lasso.
Well, here's the thing: you have to understand that for Americans, Ted Lasso is like the gateway to understanding British football.
Yeah,
like, they don't understand.
But like she's not into football at all. Like she says, you don't need to be into football.
No,
like,
it's a good show.
It's funny.
Although
like
people are kind of giving this season a little bit of shit because it has changed a little bit. But it's the last season. I mean, just enjoy it. It's a TV
yeah. I'll have to give it a go because I am interested to watch it.
I don't know. With you growing up in the UK and football being your entire sports life, right? It may not resonate the same way as an American watching this, but it's funny because I can imagine like an American football coach going to the UK and trying to manage a football team and it just being completely insane and totally crazy and totally nuts and the media giving him shit. I can envision a Middle Texas football coach, American football coach, going and like being
trying
the
his luck.
manager of a British football team.
Oh, lost you.
Not knowing what the hell's going on, like what offsides. Like I don't understand this whole. We got playoffs. Like, there's no playoffs. It's like, well, man, I just got a lot.
Yeah, but Sam, vice versa. Imagine
no ties and no playoffs. This is great, right? This is
imagine
awesome.
a Premiership manager coming over to the US.
I think it's kind of fun.
Imagine it the other way around, though, Sam.
Oh, are you muted?
No, I shouldn't be.
I can't.
Oh man.
I guess they can't. I think you're.
That should be working.
I can't hear you, mate.
Maybe it's because of the battery life.
So anyway, anybody in the chat, if you can still hear me, let me know. Ted Lasso. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Yeah.
Well, there's no reason why it shouldn't be working.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be the same as we can hear both of you, but I don't think you can hear each other.
I can hear you, Sam, but you can't hear me. Yeah.
I can't hear you at all. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh,
that
is
sucks.
working.
Yeah, they can hear us. They can hear us, but we can't hear each other. Well,
because I lost you for a slight second, then it changed.
I'm just gonna basically watch your mouth stop moving, and then I'll start talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam's got wicked on his top.
I can see his voice. He's like, yeah, I can hear you. But anyway, I don't know what happened. So, Joe, stop moving. So anyway.
Oh, that's because this is the worst podcast ever, right?
We're going to talk about tech-related something. We talked about Duo. Right? We talked about Duo. We talked about the Pixel Fold.
We did.
And I don't know. What else do we want to talk about?
Well, the only other thing that Google going to release is the tablet.
This is so weird. The fact that I can't hear Joe. I just see this. I'm assuming he's talking about a television. He might be talking about a monitor. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Yeah, if you're ever 55 minutes in and we all go to hell. Like, I don't know. What? Oh, wait. I think I might know what's going on. Hold on. Stand by.
What's he done?
Hold on.
Here we go. He's going to fix it.
Oh, I think I got it.
Yeah, you've changed back now.
It switched all of my audio. It switched all my audio to like the yeah, fuck.
Yeah, anyway, I lost you for a little while, and then it changed and sounded different.
Now, technical difficulties, and I figured it out. There you go.
That was a tablet. That was a tablet. The Pixel tablet. Obviously, that will get announced as well, won't it? At Google I/O.
Google tablet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Just quickly, the Sony thing I was talking about, the dual layer sensor, that should be announced on the 11th. So the day after Google I/O.
Okay. That sounds interesting. And is that going to be for phones or is it going to be for the camera line or whatever? That's
going to be in phones. The phone's going to have it first. So I'll send you a video. Okay. Some photographer has done a YouTube video about it. And now he doesn't normally cover phones, but he's that excited about this tech that he's covered it.
Yeah. So, I guess my question is, I forgot about the dynamic vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. I like this phone. I'll tell you, it's the form factor. When I pick up this device, I like the fact that it's a little bit more narrow, and battery life seems to be okay so far. I've only had it since Saturday afternoon, so I will tell you that watching content though does get warmer than my Moto does. But not warmer to the point where it's like hot overheating.
See, the 1 Mark IV wasn't so bad. You do
notice that it's got a little bit of more heat than it should for. Again, not big deal. And I don't take a lot of 4K video, 120, because I'm not recording a soccer match, right, or a football team.
Yeah.
35 minutes of video.
So for your use case, it's all good.
For me, yeah. I will tell you, man, the camera, like the Cinema Pro and Video Pro, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how to set it up. I'm not even gonna lie. See, here's the thing: this
is why it's good though. You can learn.
I'm gonna have to, and somebody's gonna have to probably show me because I it is so much shit going on with that camera app. Like, I don't know what to do.
It looks like that, but once you get to know the ins and outs of a few bits and bobs, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The basics of it.
I think the Sony's doing it for the first for the new.
The basics is the shutter and the exposure.
Right. And ISO. I mean,
ISO.
It's a very interesting camera and video recording. I like the fact that there isn't a dedicated camera. There is Cinema Pro. There is Music Pro. Apparently, I gotta sign up for that.
Yeah, I never used that. I never used it.
And then Video Pro.
Video Pro.
It's crazy, but I like having the dedicated button, and I just get this. Right, it's just a nice, simple, clean. If I want to take a picture, it's the basic. Right, it defaults to basic, and I can switch it to Pro, Auto, Program, Auto. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's crazy, but I like it. Like I spent like an hour yesterday just kind of messing with stuff.
It's something else to play with, isn't it?
I have no idea what I'm even doing. Like, I need to really read Juan's book. And by the way, do yourself a favor.
That's Sam talking about in general life.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Rewind, Sam. Joe's explained how to split an atom. I know. Joe's smart. Me?
No, I'm not.
Me, not so much. Yeah,
I'm not smart.
Trust me, once you get the hang of it, most of the smart fellows like kids' toys. Yeah, I know. I'm just excited because it gives me something else to kind of do. And I'm telling you, I went out and I spent $32 and I bought a 256 gig SD card through that.
Okay.
Phone. So now I'm good.
Nice to have that, right?
Right, and the headphone jack. Because that shit's whack. #bars.
Do you know one thing I like about the Sony's, the implementation? You know when you swipe up and all your apps that are open, but the options you get there? Have a look now.
To what?
I think they do it the best. So you know when you swipe up and it shows all the apps that you've got open currently.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the multitasking. They have like a multi-window switch.
Yeah, and they also got the screenshots.
Yeah, and you got like two different, you got like this, you got up here and up here.
Yeah.
Like that's
different.
Like, yeah,
that's different to what I'm talking about, but that's nice as well. But yeah, there's loads of good things on there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really digging.
Software is nice.
Yeah,
Sony software is good. What's happened?
Oh, look at that! They came back and scored fucking 7 more runs. Look at that shit.
I'm happy for you, mate.
They gave up 5. They had the grand slam and an extra run in the top of the 6th. That's when I told you I walked out to the TV. I saw that. I'm like, fuck it, 6-3.
Do you get like a highlight show?
Right? The Cardinals came back in the bottom half, and dude, I don't know if I can do this.
Do you get like a highlight show in the evening?
I can watch it, but look at that. Oh shit, it's too dark. Hold on, I'm trying to show you what the Cardinals did. So
my screen's gone black and white because I'm charging.
Right. So look right there. See, like you see how you see 7. See the 6th. Yeah. They scored 5 runs in the 6th. The Cardinals came back in the bottom half of that inning and scored 7 fucking runs in the bottom of the 6th.
Nice.
Woo! They won a game. And you know what's funny is, as a Cardinal fan, this is the first time I think the Cardinals have been this shitty that I can remember. They were kind of crappy in the late 70s. They were terrible. Then they got, early 80s, they were good. They won World Series in 82 and stuff like that. When 80s were pretty good. Like, I can't remember in my lifetime a Cardinals team that was so terrible.
They've got something about them, though, to come back.
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, because normally the Cardinals would have just folded up the farm. I mean, I still think they need a fire, but I can't believe the Cardinals are 11-26 or 24, and I'm excited about them coming back and winning this series, at least winning that game.
Win that game, yeah, it's big. It's nice to show team spirit.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the Cardinals could lose every game, and here's the thing: I don't think that they're better than any other team. I tell you, Gigi, her Braves, the Atlanta Braves, are awesome. God damn, they're good. They're.
I ain't got a clue,
dude. Atlanta Braves are probably the best team, definitely the best team in the National League, and probably the best team in baseball. Well, I don't know. The Rays are pretty good this year, but I'm saying is, I'm going through some like an existential crisis here with the Cardinals because I can't remember the last time the Cardinals were dead last place and 11 games out of first place in May. I cannot remember. I don't think I've ever remembered them being this bad. So it's pretty bad. So
yeah, it's not something You probably
Yes,
erased it from your memory.
Yes, and DT of the Cardinals are in St. Louis, and they are my local team, and I am a St. Louis Cardinal fan. All right, so absolutely. So anyway,
Someone's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm also not stupid about it, right? I'm also not like
No.
the Cardinals are great. I'm like not that like real shitty kind of fan where like the Cardinals are great. They've always been great. They haven't always been great. They have a lot of World Series, but they're not that great. And Jermaine's in the chat.
Hey.
I saw he had a red HTC 10. Oh, such a great device. And then what about that? What do you think about that? You see HTC's coming out with a new mid-range device?
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Was it 7 series chipset in there, and has it got a 200 megapixel camera? Is that right?
It doesn't matter, but it's not running.
Oh no, what?
They stopped making Sense UI.
No, that's the Zenfone I'm thinking of. Going to have 200 megapixels.
No, they stopped making this. They don't have Sense UI. It's just basically a build of Android now, AOSP build. Oh well, I'd want to buy it just because it's a nostalgia play. Because I'm glad HTC is still making phones, but. It looks decidedly
average.
Average.
Yeah.
It's average. It's okay.
They're not going to come back. It's not going to happen.
No, not in the United States. I mean, they're big in Taiwan still, and probably Asia, but probably.
Yeah.
Yep. HTC M1, M7. Although I will say that I like the M8 better than the M7. I love the M7. Love the M8. M9, not really. HTC 10. Best phone they ever made. Best phone. I love the 10. And you're right, Peter. It's not the same HTC. No, it is.
No, it's not. No.
I know, but the fact that they're doing it. But SD. Now that's interesting. SD Gen 1, Snapdragon 7 Gen 1.
Yeah. So last year's mid range.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I'm just happy that Jermaine has it and has it in red. I think Juan's got a red HTC device. No, he may not have a red HTC 10. He might. I know he has a red BlackBerry Key 2.
Red's a good color.
I love it.
Wow, my camera's gone. Oh,
I know.
There we go.
And he prefers the HTC M. Night Shyamalan. Yep, absolutely. HTC, any HTC device. HTC is one of those brands that I really miss. I do miss LG, but if they said, give me one device or one Android OEM you can bring back right now and back to the heyday, HTC, I wouldn't even hesitate.
Not even LG? Wouldn't
pick
LG?
Nope.
No?
Not for me, no. Not that LG would be a good choice. For me, HTC, bar none. If they could say we could resurrect one from the ashes, have Sense UI, a modern chipset, right? A Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, good hardware, good software, and we had an HTC, would you buy it? I would buy it in a second. I wouldn't even hesitate. I would buy that thing.
To be fair, if Huawei had Google services, I'd be.
That's a sore spot. You see the P60s? Is the P60 coming out?
I haven't seen anything on it yet.
Friend of the show, Issa does tech. She took some pictures with the new Huawei. I think it's the P60.
Oh, is it? I'll have to check that out because I still follow it. I try to follow it.
Huawei, awesome phones.
Their ecosystem's brilliant as well.
Yep. And you're right, ER. The audio was great with the directional audio and everything like that. Capturing audio on the HTC device was always really, really good. It's a shame. But if you're asking me, later this week the P60 is coming out. Boy, I'd love to snag one. I'd like to get a P50. It's coming out in the UK. Oh, well, my question is,
they still sell in the UK. You just don't have Google services.
My question is, can you get around that?
Probably.
Can you get around it? Can you use it?
I don't know.
Really? Have you ever even tried?
No. I'm so ingrained in it though. Like my passwords are all on Google.
Okay.
So but I mean, for me to change.
But the apps though. I mean, could you?
Yeah, apps wise, but that's what I'm saying. So when I go on any app that requires a password, Google's got it for me. I even let Google make my passwords. So I'm so ingrained into it.
So you're a punk bitch.
Yep, basically.
Okay.
You haven't learned anything new there.
And Ibrahim, yes, I actually had at one point the HTC One M8, and I had the M8 for Windows. And on the M8, I actually flashed a Google Play Edition ROM on it. So I actually didn't have the Google Play Edition phone, but I had the Google Play Edition ROM. But dude, HTC One M8 with Windows was awesome. God, it was a great phone.
They're going back to Windows again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had both at the same time, which was awesome. The fact that they actually made an HTC One M8 running Windows OS. It was Windows Phone. It was so good, man. Yeah, I heard G Space, so I know that they stopped. I know there was another. It was a G, not Gcam. What was the other? There was another software that would allow you to basically flash all the Google Play services on it, and I want to say G Droid or something like that. But I think the last couple of
they're all finicky though. They're all.
I got it to work, but I had some issues with it. But I just basically on my phones, if it didn't have Google Play services, I got around it. I just used it without Google Play services. It was okay.
See, I can't sadly. I wish I could.
I know. Well, hey, do you want to tell everybody the conversations you were having earlier in the week with possible guests?
Oh, yes. So hopefully we're going to get Ted Salmon on from PSD. And I haven't spoken to anyone else yet, but hopefully Steve will come on as well. We'd like to get them on together, really, wouldn't we?
Right. Now, I will tell you that, though, that Ted is not into the live stream and is not into be on camera. So we might have to try to find a way around that with Ted as far as maybe recording the show separately and then bringing that as a separate just audio podcast to kind of because Ted and that's the thing about this show that I like is whoever decides to come on the show, we will completely bend the knee to what they need. If they're not into audio, if they're on a different week, if they're in a really weird time zone, if they need to do it on a Wednesday, if we have to do this, we will record that show and do it anyway. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is an audio podcast. That's what this is, right? It's an audio show that we live stream. But really, at the core of it, it's a podcast. So Ted's really not into the live stream, so we will not have Ted on a live stream. So, folks, for those of you who know Ted Salmon and know Steve Litchfield and are fans of the PSC,
if you don't know, check them out.
Yeah, and if you don't know, do yourself a favor and check them out, especially people in this chat, because it's very Android-centric. I know they do talk about iOS and stuff.
So, Steve's got an iPhone. He's had an iPhone for a long time now. Yeah,
but I mean, they do a great show. They have guests on like us, and it's really good. I mean, I've been a fan of that show for a long time. I've been a fan of Steve Litchfield from the All About Windows phone.
Yeah,
I love Steve. He is one of my favorite creators. I like his approaches. I like his content. Him and Ted do a great job. I love them. Yeah. I've been following their show for years, and we actually might be able to get Ted on, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, it's going to be amazing having him on.
When Joe showed me the fact that Ted was agreeing to come in principle to come on, I was excited as well. Like I was driving the car, I was like, yes.
Ted's brilliant.
Yeah, they're a good group of good core group of folks. So, and they just had a show on with Michael Fisher. They're talking about foldables. So if you're wanting to get into their show, now would be a good time. Go and look on them on a podcatcher and look for the phone show chat. Look at them up, and they actually think they just had their show. It just went live with Michael Fisher of all people. So if you're going to get involved, they talk foldables.
Yeah, they have fabulous guests on all the time. They've had one in a few times.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely, and they're really good. So, I love Sense UI. Trash Whiz. Absolutely. I miss Sense. It was one of my favorite. So, right, Adiz, it is an audio show. You haven't been watching it wrong. It's just we do both, but really, at the end of the day, this really is a podcast.
Yeah, it's Nomad Tech Project podcast. Yeah. Well, it's a project. It's a project. It's on all different platforms.
But basically, Adiza hasn't been watching it wrong. You've been doing it correctly, but just realize that really it's...
Adiza, you can't do anything wrong, mate.
Right. Just exist.
You do no wrong.
And just be the awesome human being that you are. And speaking of awesome human beings, everybody in this chat. Peter and Ibrahim and even everybody that showed up. Like Barry Johnson's in the chat. And I know... They always jump in, and I know that they're still listening to the chat, and we appreciate all the guests that come on. We really appreciate you guys coming on to listen to us, even through all technical difficulties and the fact that he's wearing Arsenal kit. I'm wearing – say this.
What Wicked pisser.
There you go. You know what a wicked piss is, right?
No.
Okay, so if you know what wicked, right? Wicked smack,
Yeah.
wicked had, wicked okay. So everything in Boston's wicked. Wicked smack, right? Okay. So a wicked pisser. So this is contextual. So if somebody says, "Oh, yeah, you're a wicked pisser," that's good. Although if you get like, this guy, he's a wicked fucking pisser, right? That's not good. So wicked pissa is kind of like aloha. Depends on how it's used. It's kind of wicked pissa. So I saw this in the shop. I picked it up. So wicked pissa.
Wicked pisser.
Wicked pissa. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Do you know what? You know when you're really bursting to go toilet, you've been waiting for ages. Sometimes that's a wicked pisser.
That's right. I actually have a wicked pissa. So. And we're also at the 1 hour and 10-minute mark, so we have actually get to Wicked Smack. Right, just like, Wicked Smack. There you go. So that is the show for May 7th, 2023, and it's me and Joe. So we will probably see, we need to talk and see if we can get Ted on, but we got to figure out how we're going to record the show.
Yep, we'll sort of figure it out. We've also got, the hyperbaric goats.
Right, I was going to ask you about that. What did they say?
Bread roll is up for it. So we'll have John Trimmer, JT, and Bread Roll. We'll have the both of them on at some point.
So if we can get them on the next couple of Sundays, that would be fantastic. We'll try to see. Good. We're going to try to have. We're going to try to talk to Ted about. He said he's pretty available to do the show. Yeah. So we may record it. So we may not have a live stream. What we may do is have to record the show.
Yeah,
early, and then it'll be a me and Joe live stream. So me and Ted and Joe will have our show. We'll record the audio. It won't be broadcast, and then me and Joe will be on later that Sunday at our regular time. So even if we don't have them on, I will post the audio podcast separately. So don't worry. But I mean, we're hoping to see what we can do. But I really appreciate, Joe, that you decided to get me back into podcasting. I was going to tell you a couple of weeks ago. I really was going to give up on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you didn't, because it's great fun, and you're great at it. Well,
and I appreciate that, and thank you. And like I said, I know that Barry has made comments, like I said, and I like doing it. So maybe that's probably why. I don't think necessarily when I listen to the show, I don't think I'm that talented. I think I just naturally talk a lot, so maybe that helps a little bit. And I'm not shy about talking, so maybe that helps.
I mean, it helps for a podcast, that's for sure.
That's for sure. But I really do appreciate you reaching out to me all this time ago, a year and a half ago now almost. And we got to actually talk about, we're kind of ending up on season 2. So we may have to talk about season 3 and see what we're going to do. We got to, if anything, we got to start with a new season. Then we've got to come up with a new logo, right? I have more people giving a shit about this logo than any other thing in the world. That's what they talk about. Why does Joe look like he's scared? And why do you look like you got this dumb look on your face? Like, what is that? Is that a smile?
I'm scared because I've got the Fug Sam next to me.
I look like I'm going to murder people. I'm like,
the gangster Sam.
Right. It's terrible. I have no idea. It's like a Mona Lisa. Like, I'm not sure what that face is. I have no idea. It's a picture.
We'll sort something out. It's like new.
I took a selfie in the garage because I was testing on a camera, and it was cold that day, and I had that. I have no idea what that face is. I don't even know what I was doing at the time I took that picture. I have no idea.
If anyone's got ideas for our new logo, hit us up on Twitter.
Absolutely. So we're getting to the point where we may want to try to think about maybe a season 3. We're getting to the summer. Maybe we should do that. But I do want to thank you for reaching out and doing the show, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, I love it, mate.
You're dedicated to coming on every Sunday. We haven't missed many shows, and so I appreciate you, mate. And I appreciate all the people
I appreciate you, mate. I appreciate
in the chat who decided to come on and listen to this and download this afterwards. And remember, this show is also on the Purposely Pixel podcast. That's where it's live streamed. Please check them out. We definitely got Google I/O coming up. Lenny does a great job. There's going to be a bunch of content about Pixel and the tablet. And
there's going to be a shitload coming from Lenny, definitely.
A metric fuck ton of content. So go check him out and show him some love. And, and let Lenny know that, he does a good job. He's a really good chap. We really appreciate it.
Lenny, he's a real good guy. He's a good guy.
We really appreciate it. And thanks again for coming in on a Sunday and listening to our channel, listening to our show, downloading the podcast, and just generally engaging. Again, thanks for everybody, Barry and Aditya and Scoop and Aditya and Piotr and everybody else that decided to come in. I know I'm missing some people, so I apologize. And Jermaine, thank you so much for coming in. And just even if you drop in for a few moments and make a couple of comments, it makes us happy. It lets us know that people really do enjoy looking forward to this show on a Sunday afternoon or downloading it and listening to it later. So we really appreciate it. And we'll continue to bring you whatever content we are. I don't know if it's good, bad. The
randomness of Nomad Tech Project.
We appreciate that. So again, for myself and Joe, we really appreciate you guys coming on. We want you to enjoy your check, enjoy the Google I/O that's coming up, be excellent to each other. And again, we'll be back next Sunday, hopefully with a guest, and we'll let you guys know. We'll communicate that in the chat, like how we're going to do the thing with Ted. But thank you everybody for coming on board. I really appreciate it. Joe, anything else before we close out today? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think you've nailed it, mate. I like you do every week.
Well, I try. All right, for myself and for Joe, thank you for turning into the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. We'll be back next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. Who knows what we're going to talk about? Hopefully phones, maybe tech, maybe some food, possibly sport. Who knows? We'll just
duos.
Duos. And we'll have his duo, so we'll talk about it. And we'll see you on the other side of I.O., just like Piero said. And thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. We'll see you next Sunday. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good week.
Peace.
Catch you next Sunday. Bye, everybody.